Hi, my name is Alex Coach with GustonShow.com, and I want to talk to you today about overlays and guidelines. I get a lot of phone calls saying, "Hey, you advertise that you're no overlays?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, great. And then someone tells me that they just got discharged from a Chapter 7 bankruptcy 2 days ago, and they think that's an overlay, that you can't get a loan, because the bank has a rule on that. So no one can lend you a mortgage really with 1 day out of a bankruptcy. There's some non-QMs that used to do it, but right now they're not there. But the overlays versus guidelines. So the guidelines are, let's say, 2 years discharge from a Chapter 7. Let me back it up. Let me just say, if you are in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy and you started it for 1 year, the guideline says you can get an FHA loan. So you are allowed to get an FHA loan if you're 1 year into bankruptcy and you pay it on time and you meet a couple other little rules. But an overlay is that we need 2 years discharge from a 7 or a 13. That's an overlay. So you always need 2 years discharge from a 7, but you don't need 2 years discharge from a 13. The guideline says you can do a mortgage 1 year into a Chapter 13. The overlay would be that you can't do it until 2 years discharge. So the guidelines and overlays are different. So now if someone said that you could do 1 year after a Chapter 7, and they're saying that they think that's an overlay, that's not. That is the guideline. The guideline truly says you cannot go to a mortgage 1 year after a Chapter 7 in a conventional or FHA loan. So it's kind of confusing, but guidelines are the rules in the FHA handbook. We can do those. An overlay would be a bank that doesn't want to take that risk, and they put a rule on top of the guidelines. So guidelines are the guidelines. We can do that. We can't do anything beyond the guidelines. The guidelines are the guidelines. We can honor it. A lot of banks put an overlay on it because they don't want the risk of that risky loan. If it made sense to you, then you're a smart person, because I didn't understand what I just said. But give me a call. I'll answer any of your questions about this anytime. 630-915-7550. Please subscribe. It helps me talk silly to you.